Hi students, welcome to that 2021 physics paper analysis. For the past 24 hours, there was a roaming. Physics is too difficult, very lengthy, number of problems came. We studied only concept. We missed that level 2 and level 3 problems. Have come across so many comments. For that, actually what is paper? How the basic concept supposed to be helps us to attempt those papers. How many questions supposed to become directly on the basic concepts, direct formulas? I would like to analyze along with that chapter wise. I don't want to deal with all. I want to deal the questions directly come from the concept, basic concepts, directly come from a single formula, and later basic concept, formula and application, and I stop. Then see how many questions could we answer out of 45. Let's begin. First, I would like to go for units and dimensions. Concerned to the units and dimensions, we came across two questions. The first one is, what is E by Z dimensions? What is E by Z dimension? You can go through dimensional analysis or you can directly to the formula. Energy, Newton per meter. F is equal to G m1 m2 by r square. Then G is equal to Fr square by m1 m2. Newton meter square per kg square. Newton meter square per kg square. Cancel. There left m to the power of minus 1 kg square. Write the dimension. Kg square, m square, L to the power of minus 1. This is a question from basic concept. I would like to keep one dot. One dot indicates a question from basic concept from 2020 paper. Hope you know this. I would like to go for another question came from units and dimension. He is asking the relation between E and four options have given. There are two methods. You can keep mLT power minus 2f to the power of a to the power of r, else simply we can go in another way. Choice is ours. Choice is ours. See what happens here. E is equal to force into displacement. Force into displacement. Displacement is nothing but, velocity is equal to displacement by time. Displacement is equal to velocity into time. Acceleration is equal to velocity by time. Velocity is equal to acceleration into time. So F is equal to acceleration into time square. F a t square. Answer F a t square. One more dot I would like to keep it over there. Two questions from basic concepts. No need to do too much of working. Shall I go for motion in straight line problem? One more question. That screw gauge. That comes under experimental, what you call it as, logics. Here that I input in units and dimension. A direct question, length or diameter, whatever it may be. PSR plus HSR into least count. PSR is equal to 0, HSR is equal to 52, head scale reading, circular scale reading. Least count 0.01, least count is nothing but 1 by 100, a direct formula is given. No more logic. 52 into 0.05, this one 0.52 mm. Whatever that logic over there here, that answer comes in centimeters. Repeatedly I said, repeatedly, you can see your notebook, repeatedly I said this is, sometimes it comes in millimeter. Be careful to do it in centimeters. 3 questions from first chapter. I would like to keep 3 dots. No more working. Whatever you need, this we repeatedly studied vernier calipers and screw gauge. Luckily, we got screw gauge directly. No motion in straight line. What is the question came? He asked, what is Sn by Sn plus 1? We derived, long time students, we derived this. What is Sn? Sn is equal to u plus a into n minus half. This we derived. Divided by u plus a into what it is? N plus 1 minus half. u0, a get cancelled, n minus half by n plus half. But options, it is with 2. So multiple with 2. 2n minus 1, 2n plus 1. How much working is there? How much concept? How much application? Direct formula. Because we derived this. Sn is equal to u plus a into n minus half. That we derived. After that multiplication, we can write 2n minus 1 like so. So based on that only I explained. 4 questions. Direct 4 questions. Next. We go for, one more question is there. A car is moving with certain. I don't want to deal now. I'll come back because that is application type. First of all, I want you to make you to learn how learning the basic concept helps us to win the rank. That I want to convey through this video. Next, there is one more question from motion in plane. That is also very easy, but application type. Single formula application. I'll come back. Next, this is direct formula from force. Okay, this also will come back. First of all, I go through that simple work power energy. One body is supposed to be released from certain height, and you have the paper with you. With that manner, I am going to teach you. My intention is not to give you the solutions. Wherever you go, YouTube, all the solutions are there. What I want you to convey to you is, I told you already, having the basics, profound knowledge in the basics, how that helps us. See, we'll count the total number of questions that we could attempt, having the basic knowledge and repeated revision and application. Come on. MGH, one body, and there is a loss of 10%, it is said. What it is? It is given once the body is supposed to be dropped down. Direct formula it is. MGH. Mass is given as 15 kgs. G, and it is released from 9,000 joule per second. The mass supposed to be dropped is 15 kgs per second, it is given. So joule per second is nothing but watt, 9,000 watt. And he said out of that 10% of total energy is wasted. What is the 10% of 9,000? 900. 81,000 watt. 8.1 kilowatt. A direct question. Direct MGH. Nothing is there. There is a direct MGH supposed to be applicable here to get that answer. This is a question from work power energy. Don't think these two are difficult here. I come back and show you how easy those, the Newton laws and motion in plane. First of all, some students are there now who fear of the problems and all. Come to the fluid mechanics. fluid mechanics a small bit, nothing is there. Yeah, here it is said one body is supposed to be dropping down. It's a problem based on Stokes law. You know, mg fv force of buoyancy, and it attains what you call terminal velocity. Only one question from fluid mechanics. It attains terminal velocity. If the density of that liquid where it's supposed to be moved with terminal velocity is half of the density of what you call it as solid material. That is the question. You know the derivation, we derived. The time of the derivation only I said, have the knowledge of application. Once the terminal velocity it acquires, you know mg is equal to fv plus fv. He is asking what is the viscous force. Viscous force is nothing but mg minus fb, force of buoyancy. What is mass? Density into volume. Density d, volume 4 by 3 pi r cube g. What is fb? That you have to apply Archimedes principle. Density d by 2. How much liquid that is displaced? Same, 4 by 3 pi r cube g. Answer d by 2, 4 by 3 pi r cube g. What it is? Nothing but mg by 2. Is it a lengthy? Is it a lengthy one, sir? From here to here, if you subtract it, what you get it? You get d 4 by 3 pi r cube g by 2. What it is? mg by 2. If you are capable to derive Stokes law and terminal velocity, if you are capable without by-hearting this, what he is asking? He is supposed to be falling through a liquid having the density half of the density of the liquid. What is the viscous force? And it attains terminal velocity, he said. So it is equal. Resultant force becomes 0. F is equal to mg minus fb. M is density. Fb is d by 2. Then what it is? Mg by 2. No need to do this much. I have to keep dot now. I have to, because everybody says too difficult, very lengthy, so many problems. We'll see. Heat transfer direct question. I think everyone answered from Newton's law of cooling. I think everyone's supposed to be answered because he has given a direct question. I don't have the paper. Yeah. It is given. You just recall the concept. What it is? T2 minus T1 by T. Change in temperature is equal to K into average temperature minus T0. I think everyone has done this. Everyone. There's no need to worry about it. 90. First it takes T times. K is constant. 90 plus 80 by 2. 20. Next he is asking if it is from 80 to 60, how much? Let it be x. I don't think equation 1 and equation 2. Divide it, you will get that answer. A direct question. It is a direct question. No more trick is there. And all are very good enough with the Newton's law of cooling. That is about heat transfer. Well done here. Now come to the kineticity of gas. Pakka conceptual question. There we get a smell of aims. In aims, such these questions are supposed to become. He wants to know whether you have the full length of the grip over the topic or not. He has given some, this one, you know, VRMS is equal to. It is directly there in your notes. Repeatedly I said, don't VRMS, and pressure is equal to 1 by 3 mn VRMS square, and energy of the molecule 3 by 2 kT. K is nothing but this one. For the short term student, just 2 days back only I explained this. And the energy of the molecule, that to diatomic 5 by 2 RT. For molecule K, for mole R, it is clearly given in the table. It is clearly given in the table related to degrees of freedom, energies, translational, rotational, and energy per molecule, energy per mole, gamma. Direct question from that. Direct question only, no need to worry about all. If you know the formulas, if you know the basic concept, moment of inertia. We studied moment of inertia of a ring in 4 different ways. 1A, B, C, D is asking direct question. A ring is there. Find the moment of inertia about an axis passing through the center and perpendicular to plane. That is nothing but I is equal to mr square. 1A. We studied A, B, C, D. And out of that, this much of mass is supposed to be taken. 1/4 mass is taken out. What about the remaining one? 3/4 mr square. And he is given I dash is equal to k mr square. What is the value of k? 3 by 4. No application. Direct formula based question. Formula based. I have come across so many students, particularly from corporate college students, who was completely under the pressure and the fear of physics. I told them, don't worry about that problems. I told them not to go through the level 2 and level 3. Did I misguide you or not? We come to know. We come to know. By the end, we come to know how many you could able to do that. Having the profound knowledge on the basics, concept, a regular revision and application. I am not going the problems of related to application. Direct only I am talking about. Direct formulas. Come to the moment of inertia over SHM. In SHM, a tricky question is there. Here the student is supposed to be get confused. What is the potential energy? You may come across half omega square a square. The potential energy of what you call it as SHM, only potential energy, but not with respect to kinetic energy, having this and that. That is directly proportional to n square. It's a direct question, it is. Direct question. Another is supposed to be, right? Another question from SHM. There is F. F is equal to Kx. F is given. How much? 10 newtons. X is given 0.5. Then K is equal to 10 by 0.5 is equal to 200. F is equal to 100. 10 newtons. Yeah. 5 centimeters. 5 centimeters it is given. 5 centimeters means 0.05. K is equal to 200. Direct question. What is the time period of? 2 pi root over m by k. This is the problem from SHM. This is given, you have to calculate k. T is equal to 2 pi m by k. M is given 2, that's it. K is given 200, that answer is with you. M is given 2, K is given 200, T is equal to 2 pi, 2 by 200, T is equal to 2 pi, this is 100, 1 by 10, 2 into 3.14 by 10, 6.2, 0.62. I don't think level 2 range problems you have to do in order to do this sum. Is asking T is equal to 2 pi root over m by k is a very common formula for us, and for that F is equal to Kx is given. This is a very common formula, this is a very common formula. Concern to the vector, that is a application type of question. Gravity, application type of question, so I don't want to deal now. At present, I don't want to deal it. At present. Soon I come back. Before I enter into that most important second year, I would like to cover here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Conceptual, just a formula. Conceptual and formula. Here comes, now we enter into that second year conceptuals. You come to know. Yeah, the first question concerned to the electrostatics. E is given like this and like this. And here, what you call it as, dipole is given. And it is given plus Q minus Q. This is E. Okay. This plus Q is very near to this, positive to negative. There is a high repulsion from this, less attraction from this. So automatically it moves towards positive. Nothing is there in the case of what you call it as dipole moment. Electric field over that. Axial line also same concept. E plus Q minus E minus Q. That derivation also gives the concept. So as it is plus Q is very near to this, there is a repulsion, more repulsion than attraction because 2L distance away. Okay, right side. From where to where? Higher potential energy to lower potential energy. Water moves from higher potential to lower potential, higher energy to lower, higher level to lower level. Heat moves from higher degree to lower degree. In general, anything will move from higher to lower only. It moves from higher to lower potential energy towards right side according to the problem. One more question from capacitors. Have the paper, just read it and see what's going on over here. The paper, everyone supposed to say so many memes concerned to this. Yeah, this is another type from electrostatics. So this is parallel connection. In parallel connection, potential is same because the time we derived 1 by C is equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2, C is equal to C1 plus C2, R is equal to R1 plus R2, 1 by R is equal to, that is the main point in the parallel connection. Without having that concept, you could not derive either capacitor combinations and that. That means you know if it is parallel combination, potential from here is same. As the potential here and potential here is same, charge where to where it moves. See the basic concept. This is in parallel connection. It is connected between the two. In parallel connection, here potential is same. Repeatedly repeated at a common point, not a twisted point. So there left two capacitors which are in parallel. Add it. I don't think this is that much. Okay. One more. Yeah. A cylindrical. It's a graph, direct graph, carries current I. This we studied in the case of what you call it as sphere, solid sphere, where the graph comes inside directly proportional to R. Once it is come outside, directly proportional to 1 by R square. It's a direct graph from electrostatics. Yeah, one more is there that I come back because that's not a sigma ratio of surface charge densities. That is also easy. I don't want to deal now. Just I want to come back so that the repeaters, the students who supposed to going to appear for next year will understand what is physics, where there is a lagging. That is nothing but concept, nothing but application. We are not supposed to start the application type of questions. Then you come to know how difficult that application. Yeah, is giving polar molecule. 4 options. It has no dipole moment. Polar molecule I explained with what you call it as chemistry itself. There also we have a polar molecule has dipole moment. It has poles already, no magnetic, no external magnetic field, no external electric field influence this. It itself is a dipole, having that distance between that two nucleus, nothing but what you call it as covalent radius, having plus and minus because of change in electronegativity. And we know the dipole moment moves from negative to positive, it always directed. So fourth option, irrespective of all, it has dipole moment. Pakka theory question. It is completed. Come to the second. Yeah, that is about that. One conceptual question. How difficult that concept, that application, I'll come back. Okay, here. Come to the current electricity. See what they difficult. So current electricity first phase itself, drift velocity. Current electricity first phase itself, drift velocity and mobility and current density. Repeatedly repeated questions. Orally and the time. Repeatedly repeated. Mobility, mobility, mobility. 4 options are given. Drift velocity. Velocity is equal to V is equal to U plus AT. U0. What is A? Acceleration. F is equal to MA is equal to EQ. Charged body. And M is acceleration is equal to EE by M. EE by M tau. Relaxation time. First, it guides you. Next, electric resistivity E by J. Electric resistivity E by J. What is resistivity here? Resistivity, specific resistance, rho is equal to ohm meter per second. Ohm meter, resistivity, in it or not. Here E is equal to V by D. J is equal to, E is equal to V by J, J is equal to I by A. V by, this is nothing but what? Ohm. Area meter square. D meter, cancel ohm meter, ohm meter. That type of minimum application I ask you to every time be ready to. No problem is supposed to be repeated. Try to enhance your knowledge from one to another. 2 options enough to find, and current density is there, NEVD. Though you don't know that, what you call it as, 1 more out of 4, 3 if you know, already you come to know that answer. Because it is nothing but basics. Yes, it is. No application, direct formulas. Match the following. Just like here we get so much of thing. And one more question. There are 4 which are connected in. See how funny question it is. If they are connected in parallel, the resultant is nothing but 0.25. If they are connected in series. Connected in parallel, 1, 1, 1, 1. Just we can say 1 by R, just mathematical small application is enough. 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 plus 1 by R4. 0.25 comes means 1 by 4. Then only 0.5 comes. So each and every resistance is 1 ohm. Then if they are connected in 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus, because we are appearing for nationwide examination where lakhs of students are competing, a minimum knowledge. I forgot. Yeah, so many is there. Only left electrostatic. Then that is also so easy. Within seconds we can prove that V is equal to V. That's not at all a difficult one. And current electricity, one more point is there, no? So drift velocity I said, this one I said I had to keep 2 here. So that who was supposed to say, waste to study basics, we are always engaged with doing the problems and problems throughout my life. For them only this meant for. This class is meant for. Potentiometer. E2 minus E1 is equal to L2 by L1. This is the question. E2 is given, E1 is given 2.5. Direct question it is 1.5. L2 you want and L1 36 it is given. Potentiometer problem, sir. E2 minus E1 is equal to L1 minus L2. Oh, sorry. L2 minus L1. Directly proportional now. So that answer is nothing but x is equal to 60. A direct question. Direct formula. If you know potentiometer formula, and here I supposed to give you lot of what you call it as this one to show on internal resistance. Just recall. I think I expected internal resistance problem. Simple problem came over there. That's it. 3. Resistances. Yeah, here is R1. Here is R2. Here is R3. Here is I1. Here is I2. Here is I3. Is asking I3 minus I1. Okay, first we go for I3. What is there in it? I want current. It comes I1 and later distributes according to the inverse. If resistance is more, current is less. If current is more, so I1, whatever the I3 depends upon R2. It allows more, here less. Here it is less, here it is more. R2 by R2 plus R3. Fraction we have taken into consideration. I3 is equal to current through this one is equal to, here is I1. How much current goes? That decided by R2. Resistance is more. Here resistance is more. Less current. Here is more current. Because I1 should be equal to I1 now. So, what do you want? I3 by I1. R2 by R2 plus R3. One more. This is the paper, sir. This is the paper. Everybody says very difficult. We miss 1, 2, 3. Drift velocity, resistances, potentiometer and that. Now 4. I come to the another question from what you call it as AC here. Another question from AC. That is nothing but transformer. Step down, step up transformer problem. I told you step up is not a constructor. Step down is not a destructor. It is nothing but how much energy you supply, same energy will come. How much power? Energy is nothing but energy per second. That means power input is equal to power out. Power out is directly given 44 watts. Power input should be Vp and Ip. What is Ip? 44 by 220. 22 2s are 1 by 5. I would like to keep 2 more ACs are there. One AC is somewhat difficult, another AC is so easy. I'll come back. So the time proceeds. I would like to carry for the students who are supposed to get fear about the problems. Who says this paper is such a difficult one? Now that is AC and electromagnetic induction and electromagnetic waves. Okay, electromagnetic waves I have to say half epsilon naught E square AD. That is directly given to you before that itself. Half epsilon naught E square AD. Energy density we derived half epsilon naught E square. Energy density means per unit volume. Is not asking for unit. Direct question it is. Electromagnetic waves. It is given over there. Direct formula. Yes. Vp. This. And there is what you call it a displacement current. I'll come back. to displacement current soon. How easy it is. Now come to the Dual nature, it looks like conceptual, definitely I'd say. Before that, I would like to go for some small questions. Who's supposed to just read that? They believed my words. I told so many students who supposed to fade about that physics. I told number of students, have some basic concepts. Definitely you will win minimum marks for that nuclei. For that nuclei, n is equal to n naught half small n small t by capital T. Direct formula. What is small t? 150 given. What is capital T? 100 is given. Half-life is given as 100 and this is given that. So how much? N naught by 2, 3 by 2. Here students getting confused over there. N naught. What it is? 8 root 2. 2 to the power of 2 to the power of half. How much it is? 2 root 2. A direct question, direct formula from nuclei. See how many will you get it from nuclei? Direct questions, how many will you get it? One more. This is from X is there, A and Z is there, and here there is a Z minus 1. One atomic mass decreases. Then 1 plus supposed to be got, no change here, now that is nothing but positron. And after that, there less Z minus 3 atomic number decrease in 2 atomic number, nothing but alpha particle. This is enough because the other option is not there. If you get these two, that is enough to get that answer. That's nothing but beta particle, electron. No need to go up to that. So the first one is positron. Second one is alpha. Here minus 1, here minus 2. Enough to get that answer. Next, one more condition. That is nothing but binding energy. This is 240 mass. Binding energy of how much here? 7.6 per nucleon. It splits into two, 120 and 120. Its binding energy is supposed to be 8.5. If its binding energy per nucleon is 8.5, this is also 8.5, equally distributed now mass. So what is change in binding energy is asked. Here more. Total 240 into 8.5 minus 2.240 into 7.6. 8.5. This is answer 260. I don't think you say that is not a conceptual question. Changing binding energy per nucleon. Here binding energy per nucleon. That loss in binding energy only is supposed to be released in the form. Then only it's supposed to be get stable. Over. 3 from nuclei over. Now come to the semiconductor. See, hope you have done. I think. So no more problem from this. One question. Zener diode always connected in reverse bias. Another question. Potential barrier depends between what you call it. The range is this and this. You know, repeatedly we supposed to discuss and we supposed to did the problems based on this. The time you supposed to take the potential barrier voltage, then only current you calculated. Recall it, sir. One is 7 point and one is 1 point. He said 1, 2, 3, so it is wrong. So A is correct, B is wrong. I think you know this answer. Second one. N-type, P-type has same number of electrons and number of holes. Which one has high mobility? Go to the concept of mobility. The mobility of electrons is more than that of the mobility. Pakka conceptual. Pakka. Only theory. The next one is it is given in the form of digitals. lower is 0 and this is 1, this is 0, 0, 1, 0. It's a very basic question because it is already given 3 and he is asking. That time you get all 1, 1, 1. Whatever the 3, 2 is enough to find 1, 1, 1. If there is any, what you call it as depression, then we come elevation. So all are 1, 1, 1. There is a direct length. I did not go to application type of questions here. Direct concept I am talking about. Please come to the ray optics. I said for that short term students 3 days back, resolving power, resolving power, resolving power, resolving power. What is resolve? Limit of resolution 1.22 lambda by d. Limit of resolution is inversely proportional to resolving power. So we need more. This is less. Limit of resolution is what? If it is more, limit of resolution is less. Resolving power is more. So objective diameter should be more. As the objective diameter should be more what you call it as clarity and this and that. This concept I have given like this. See your nose. If a lens is supposed to be covered half, what happens? Its intensity decreases. It becomes dim. Apply the same concept. If it has more aperture, it allows more amount of light. So that brightness increases. So all characters are right. Ray optics. And the remaining questions are there now. Concern to the ray optics. Remaining 2. It needs application. Small bit of. So I don't want to count it here. Just I want to count to those who read, believing my words, not get into the deep problems. Count please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I stood on my word. Minimum 30 questions I said. 120. I said that is your college rank. Just recall what I said. Getting 120 out of 118 physics is not an easy thing. Without going that applications, without going to applications, you can get 120 just having the profound knowledge of the basics. That is the live example. I can stop this. I can stop this, what you call it as video just now, because I have crossed my word. Believe in the concept here. You are supposed to get it. Don't indulge that too much of your time in doing that lengthy problems. Lengthy problems. I ask you, instead of using your nerve, instead of straining your nerve in those, get the deepest. If I start what you call it as application type, you come to know where you missed. If I start, it reaches above 40 that I told you. Whatever I said, minimum that reaches 40. I told it. Believe my word. Don't go through level 2 and level 3. Instead of use your nerve, better go for the strain to get the base. This is, see, what I said is wrong or right. Open your paper and see what I said is right or wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 30 questions over here. They left 15. May give the remaining 10. Direct questions. Those are direct. Because why I supposed to say those students who supposed to feel that they were very poor in physics, for them, okay, take out 10 here, take out 5, 25, you'll get 3 digit more. Do you think this paper is difficult here? Do you think this paper is difficult? Sir, lengthy questions came, sir. Where the lengthy, sir? I skipped so many here. I skipped so much. If I start, I supposed to come for Newton's laws. What's the difficult question? I'll say one ball is supposed to be fall and bounce back with the same height. It fall and bounce back with the same height. What is impulse? Newton's second law, Ft is equal to mv minus mu. Whatever that velocity strikes with the same velocity, then change in momentum is nothing but mv minus of mv, 2mv. This is application. What I am talking is application. 2 into m into, so don't you know it is 2gh? Don't you know it is 2gh? Directly m is given, g is given, h is given. You get that answer here. This is the one question I would like to keep intos. I would like to keep intos for this direct question, sir. It is from this and fluid mechanics. Yes, yes. I would like to go for small ones, not a bigger one, in order to not to give the disturbance. Yes, magnetic effect of currents. Here is one wire, carries current. Here is electron. What is the force? What is the force, sir? F is equal to BQV sin theta. How many times we are supposed to understand this? What is theta? Here the B is supposed to be, appears like this. Current is theta is equal to 90. What is Q? 1.6 into 10 to the power of 19. What is V? That is directly given. What is B? Just recall the conditions 1A, B, C. Magnetic induction for a finite wire, magnetic induction for infinite wire at the point P. B is equal to mu naught I by 4 pi r, sin 90 plus sin 90. That is concept here, we call it as mu naught I by 2 pi r. Is it not enough to solve this problem here? Is it not enough to solve this problem? Is such a difficult one? Do you consider this? B is equal to 4B, infinite length, 4B, 1B, according to our notebook. So BQV, this we repeatedly said, the theta is equal to 90 degrees. Values are given. Clearly it, what you call it as cancels. In that way the values are given. It is not a conceptual question. Magnetic effects of current. I'll come back. So many. But just if I say like this, I can say up to 40, 42. Yeah, come to AC. For AC, we have one, what you call it as, mother formula. For AC, we know that. Mother diagram. Open the notes you have. Here is IR. Here is IXL. Here is IXC. Current is lagging, voltage is lagging. Hope you know this. Here it is given 40, here it is given 10, and here it is given 40. V. So they left 30 over here, that to 90 degrees to one another. So resultant V is equal to 30 square plus 40 square. V is equal to 50 volts. This is VRMS because it is not given high amplitude and all. It is connected to the, what you call it as, this is the problem. This is the problem. Second problem, okay, leave it. Half, what you call it as, bandwidth, that is there in your notes. But I don't want to disturb you. I don't want to disturb. Already we crossed the threshold mark here. Already we crossed it. Already we crossed. Having that common knowledge of each and every point, and I ask you to repeatedly say, revise, having some application. This is direct question. It's not an application point of view. If we want Z, what is the Z? I is equal to V by Z. Z is equal to V by I. V now only we calculated, but V RMS we have, we need I RMS. But see the problem, it is given high amplitude. Maximum amplitude means I not given. What is I not? Peak current is given 10 root 2. I RMS divided by root 2. I RMS is equal to I naught by root 2. Tell me, sir, is that beyond your limit? Is this question is beyond your limit here? It is there in your notes clearly. 180 degrees phase difference between the two. 30, 40 given, 30 given, there left 50. And a small application. We need IRMS because always we calculate RMS only. For that clearly given high amplitude, maximum, that means I naught is peak is given. So divided by 2 RMS I, you know IZ. Tell me, sir, is that paper is difficult here? Is that paper is difficult? Remaining are so easy, but electrostatics. One is given with R1, another one is given with R2, connected with a conductor. So potential. Charge will supposed to move this side, that side. How long? Till the potential same. So V here is equal to V here. So what is V? Just recall 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R1. Q1. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q2 by R2. Cancel. Q1 by R1 is equal to Q2 by R2. But he is asking sigma. You know that one sigma is nothing but Q by A. Q is nothing but sigma A. That means sigma 1 A1 by R1 is equal to sigma 2 A2 by R2. What is A? 4 pi R square. R1 square. 4 pi R2 square. This only ask you to repeatedly. If you cancel it now, there left R1 up. If we cancel it, there now R2. So sigma 1 by sigma 2 is equal to R2 by R1. Level 3. Level 3, sir, very lengthy problems have given. Very lengthy problems have given. Gauri Shankar sir misguided us. He insisted us not to go through level 2 and level 3 problem. He insisted us only to go through the concepts, basics, application. Is it application? Yes. Is it application? How many I supposed to hear? I fed up. What is this? Magnetic effect of current. I can do ray optics. I can do ray optics. Direct questions, ray optics, sir. Don't think those are difficult ones. Direct questions. Consent to the ray optics, if I supposed to say. One is given. And here you get it. It is given 30. Here it is given 60. That means that object is kept at center of curvature. Image is formed at center of curvature. Object is kept at 2F. Image is formed at this one. And here is the mirror. And here is the 40. The image is formed at 20 inside. So object is formed at 20. No need to do any problem. That kept at that this one is supposed to be. I can say another. I can keep another. I can keep another. I don't want to keep. Enough for me. Enough for me. Dual nature. Do you want to find the dual nature here? Dual nature problem, which seems too much of difficult. Lambda is equal to h by root over 2m kinetic energy. The problem clearly gives information that work function is 0. So whatever that energy is there, that energy comes over there. What is energy that is given? hc by lambda. Enough? This is d, this is lambda. Remaining you can do that. Remaining you can do h. Here it is root h into root h, whatever it may be. Root 2, root m, root h, root c, root lambda. Cancel. D is equal to h lambda by 2m, h lambda by 2mc. Lambda, make it out. All are under root now, so square it. H square lambda square 2mc. Sorry. Lambda square is equal to h lambda by 2mc. Whatever you want, lambda you want, okay. This is lambda d you want, you can keep that. Lambda is equal to lambda d square. If I say like so, the mark reaches more than 40. If I continue, the mark reaches more than 40. Enough for me to explain you, enough for me to show that evidences how to prepare physics. Out of 100% of my students, 2 to 3% only believe this word. They believe me just before that 2 months of that examination. Last 2 months, you take your own decisions. Who is supposed to suffer here? Who is the ultimate sufferer? See, 30 marks, enough for me. I can say 100 for 160 questions. 160 marks I could on the board. But I fed up with your behavior, not believing the concept of physics. This is for repeaters, for those who are supposed to prepare for future examinations. For that I am doing. Believe in concept. Conceptual physics only gives you the path that leads the success. If you go for mugging without derivations, definitely you will be the ultimate sufferer, could not reach your goal. Thank you. Bye. Best of conceptual physics. Bye.